Hello friends, welcome back to another round of my sports pick predictions, my picks. We have this time a new set of 8 games this time that I will be sharing with you. These will be my best picks for the next weekend. So for this weekend basically. Anyways, let's first start by reviewing the last round that we did, the last Friday. So this was a set of 9 games, and the first I had the Steelers against Browns. I told you the Steelers were going to win that game. They did indeed. The second one was the Dolphins against the Jets. Dolphins won. We have then the Vikings against the Falcons. Vikings won, of course. This was very easy, guys. Everyone could have seen this coming. But anyways, the next is Giants versus the Saints. The Saints won. Next up, we have the Eagles against the Panthers. The Eagles won. And after that, we have this other set of games. We have the Titans against the Jaguars, and the Titans lost. This was actually kind of a surprise. Both teams were not the best, but the Titans were at least better on paper than the Jaguars. And still the Jaguars managed to secure a win, being basically the away team. So that's quite an achievement, I think. So we have next up, we have the Cardinals against the Seahawks. The Seahawks won. And finally, we have the Rams against the Bills. And the Bills lost. This was also a surprise. The Bills were much better than the Rams. They had like 4 games won in the last 5. So very, very surprising. But still, we got 7 out of 9 games. So massive accuracy, 90%, something like that. Just absolutely nailing it for like 3 consecutive rounds. Now, this is just amazing, guys. But anyways, let's not lose more time. And let's check this new round that I have for you. So, like I was saying in the beginning, we're covering 8 games now. We have the Giants against the Ravens. This is going to be the first win. The first match. We have that my pick is the Giants will win. Now let's see the stats just very quickly. You'll have to excuse this. It's been working very slowly. Anyways, we have the Giants against the Ravens. This is a big favorite for the Ravens. Just look at the Giants. 5 consecutive losses. And the Ravens are not that good, but at least they have 3 wins. So this is very clear to anyone, but still I think the Giants will have the chance to upset the game and they might score a powerful win. So yeah, the Giants will win according to my pick. Now let's take a look at the second game. We have the Texans against the Dolphins, and let's look at the numbers. Okay, so the Texans... The Dolphins are way better right here. We can see that they have 4 wins. The Texans only have 2. Both of them one of them against the Jaguars, which was a very close game. Very, very close. So this alone tells me that the Texans are really struggling right now. And the Dolphins have basically everything on paper to win that game. So yeah, my pick is unchanged. Miami is going to win that game. Now we have the Jaguars against the Jets. This is going to be an interesting game. Both of these teams are on the bottom ladder. They are really not the best, but they have both of them in the last 5 games. They have 1 win, only 1 win. However, the Jaguars have this last win. So if they win this time, they will have 2 consecutive wins. And I think they do have the potential to do that. So, yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to win that game. Next up, we have the Browns against the Chiefs. Yeah, the Browns against the Chiefs. My pick is that the Chiefs are going to win. Now let's take a look at the stats. Where is it? Here is it. Okay, yeah, so the Chiefs are like the best team right now, so there's no surprises. They lost against the Bills, but they will definitely have the advantage against the Browns. So yeah, this is very clear to me. The Chiefs are going to win, basically. I think everyone is in agreement with this, right? I mean, everyone can see this. It's very obvious. So yeah, now let's take a look at the Saints against the Commanders. And I think the Saints have the potential to win that game. Now let's just take a look at the stats very quickly. We have the Saints have I need to get a new mouse right here. So yeah, we have 3 wins for the Saints and only 2 wins for the Commanders. They look better on paper. They are playing as the home team. Not that any of that matters. The fact that you have the so-called home advantage is only applicable in a couple matches. I mean, really, it's just a myth. It's not the fact that I have been experiencing whenever I make my sports predictions, especially soccer predictions. Those is very interesting. One day I will be making rounds of soccer predictions, but I mean, to the American public, I don't think that's a popular sport. But if there's a more international, yeah, for sure. But anyways, let's get back to this. And yeah, the Saints look better. Yeah, they're going to win that game. Okay, the next game that we have is the Panthers against the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys are going to win that game. Now let's just check the stats to see if that corroborates. And yeah, basically, well, they're just kind of equal right here on the last 5 games. They only have 2 wins for each, and really it shows that any of these teams could get it, but really, the Jaguars are overall a worse team. They are performing worse than the Cowboys. So yeah, Dallas is going to win that game as well. Next up, we have the Titans against the Bengals. This could be a match where the Titans get some revenge, but the Bengals are going to win according to my pick. Now let's take a look at the stats very quickly. And we'll see that, yeah, both of these 2 teams are kind of the same, except that the Bengals have 2 wins and only 1 win for the Titans, which was the Houston win, which I predicted also successfully. But yeah, you can see that after that, they just score consecutive losses. And this game against the Jaguars, look at this, 6-10. I mean, very interesting game so far, really. So yeah, I think that the history is going to repeat, and yeah, Bengals are going to win. And the final game, we have the Broncos against the Colts. Now this game is another surprise to many of you, I think, because Denver is doing better, at least, than the Colts. They have 3 wins, only 2 wins for the Colts, and Broncos have 3 consecutive wins. So that's very important. It could be the beginning of a small streak. But for some reason, my prediction is telling me that I should go with the Colts. Many times have I gone with the Colts. Many times have they disappointed. For example, in this game against the Vikings, which in hindsight, just in retrospect, I can see now clearly that it was kind of insane. I was using a different method, but right here we have that they have the potential to upset. I mean, really, they have the potential to upset that game. They're not playing against the Lions. They're not playing against the Vikings. Some of these very popular teams. They are playing against the Broncos, which is a good team, but not good enough to actually avoid an upset, I think. So yeah, I think the Colts are going to win. Let's hope they do not disappoint this time. I mean, they have scored some significant surprises, don't get me wrong, but for some reason this team always appears in my predictions. Anyways, that's all of the 8 games that I have for you. Enjoy these games, and of course, as always, I'll be updating this the next week and bringing you another round of games. So yeah, just remind you all to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.